Chapter 10 Industrial Sector Introduction. Nations of world are having combination of three producing sectors like agriculture, industry and service sector, in which industry is one of the important producing sector, therefore it has special importance in each economy. Except petroleum exporting country Saudi Arabia, all developed nations are industrial economies, for example, USA, Britain, Japan. Economies with agriculture as main occupation can also be developed, for example, Australia, New Zealand. But developed agricultural economies are very less in number, whereas there are number of examples of developed industrial nations. Therefore, majority of world economies have started believing that to attain faster economic development, industrial sector has to develop. Importance of industrial sector. Industrialization is necessary to have speedy growth of the economy, to develop agriculture sector, to generate more employment opportunities, to do optimum utilization of internal resources of economy, for quick increase in income and for improving living standard of people. Therefore, it can be said that to overcome serious issues like unemployment and poverty in developing economies like India, industrialization is must. Industrialization is not only necessary for economic development but also for social and political stability. Contribution in national income. At the time of independence, agriculture sector was having dominance over economy, which reduced gradually with the development of industries. Due to planning efforts, share of industries has increased in national income, but still it is not enough. In the year 1951, industrial sector contributed 16.6% in national income, which rose to 27%, that is, at constant prices, in the year 2013 to 2014. Based on this, it can be said that contribution of industrial sector has increased in national income. It is also noticeable that in the growth of service sector, industrial sector has played extraordinary role. Employment. India is highly populated nation where entire labor supply is not being utilized in productive activities. It also indicates that serious issue of unemployment is being created due to lack of enough employment opportunities. Planned efforts have increased employment opportunities in industrial sector. In the year 1951, 10.6% laborers were employed in industries, which rose to 24.3% in 2011 to 2012. Small-scale industries in industrial sector generally use labor-intensive production technique. Therefore, increase in small-scale industries could substantially increase employment. Export income. Similar to agriculture sector, industrial sector can also increase its production volume and generate surplus in economy. These surplus items can be exported to earn foreign exchange. This foreign exchange is very useful to import scarce items in the economy. In the year 2013 to 2014, industries earned about 2/3 share of export income. Thus, industrial sector of economy does not only satisfy requirement of citizens, but it also earns foreign exchange from exports of surplus production. Thus, it indirectly helps in satisfying the requirements of other items in economy. Balanced economic development. Industrial sector is very useful in attaining rapid and balanced economic development. Along with development of economy, there is a rise in demand of primary commodities. In addition to this, excess income remains as savings. This increases demand of luxurious and entertainment products. This also can be satisfied by industries. In addition to this, government can also establish several public sector enterprises in less developed or backward areas to increase employment and income in order to make speedy and balanced development of economy. Modernization of agriculture. Modernization of agriculture is needed to increase development of agriculture sector and to increase land and labor productivity. Industries can provide technology to help agriculture sector. Tractor, thresher, submersible pumps, equipments to spray pesticides, etc. and such other modern instruments can be provided by the industry. Even chemical-based fertilizer, pesticides, etc. are also produced by industries. Finally, it can be said that by using the modern technology of manufacturing industries, development of agriculture could be made possible. Strengthens economic structure. Industrial sector is essential to create strong solid structure of economy. Industrial sector produces products like steel, that is iron, cement, which are useful to build irrigation projects, roads, bridges, etc. In addition to that, it provides vehicles of transportation such as buses, trucks, railways, plane, car, two-wheelers, etc. Strengthen the economy. Even instruments of safety protection, that is, rifles, bullets, tanks, etc., are also produced by industrial sector, which reduce dependence on other nations and make India much stronger economically. Change in social structure. Due to industrialization, new industrial culture emerged, due to which new values like discipline, hard work, competition, teamwork, self-dependency, cooperation, understanding, innovation skills, institutional capability gets developed and stands against superstitions, fatalism, narrow psychology, orthodox behaviors gets reduced. This type of social changes inspire economic development. Industrial structure. Industrial structure of India has remained progressive during planning period. It is important to understand industrial structure to know various aspects of industrial sector. Industrial structure varies depending upon the size of investment, ownership, and produced products. This can be explained by following factors. Types of industries on the basis of investment size. Cottage industries. Industries mainly run by family members and with simple equipments and with negligible use of electricity, machines, and investment is known as cottage industry. For example, khadi, papad, khakra, incense stick industries, etc. Tiny industries. Industries run on labor-intensive production technique along with the investment limit up to 25 lakhs are known as tiny industries. For example, industries of artistic products made from metal, leather, clay, etc. Small-scale industries. Industries which has investment of more than rupees 25 lakhs and less than 5 crores and utilizes labor-intensive production techniques and ancillary industries to big industries are known as small-scale industries. For example, units producing tools and simple consumer goods, auto repair units, etc. Medium-scale industries. Industries which have investment limit of more than rupees 5 crores and less than rupees 10 crores, utilize labor-intensive or capital-intensive production techniques are known as medium-scale industries. For example, industries of machinery, chemicals, electronic equipments, etc. Large-scale industries. Industries which have investment of more than rupees 10 crores and utilize capital-intensive production technique known as large-scale industries. For example, industries related to equipments of railway, big vehicles, iron, etc. Public sector units. Industries which have ownership and administration under government control are known as public sector units. For example, railways, telephone, post, etc. public sector units are classified in 3 categories. Departmental industries. When government runs industrial units under its direct observation as its department and includes its income and expenditure provisions in budget is known as departmental industries. For example, railways, post, etc. Public corporations. Units which are owned by central or state government but administration is under independent control of corporation, wherein administration and decision process is under strong influence of government, is known as public corporation. For example, Life Insurance Corporation, State Transport Corporation, Air India, and fertilizer producing and selling units, that is GSFC and GNFC, are known as public corporations. Joint stock companies, units which are managed by government like private companies within framework of prevailing company laws, for which government raises capital by issuing and selling shares to the people or institutes, are known as joint stock companies. These units are not working under direct controls of government. These types of units are different from departmental industries and public corporations. For example, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, that is BHEL, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, that is ONGC, Indian Oil Corporation, that is IOC, etc. Private sector industries. Industrial units which are owned and managed by private sector are known as private sector industries. Here, it is notable that management of such units are under personal ownership or partnership. For example, car, TV, shoemaking units. Joint sector industries. There is difference between joint stock companies and joint sector industries. Units in which government has given up ownership rights of industry to people and institutes 51% or more are joint sector industries. Thus, though industry is joint sector industry, still it remains in the control of government. For example, GSPC. Cooperative sector industries run on cooperative activities to stop exploitation of small, that is marginal owners, to stop exploitation of laborers, or to stop exploitation of consumers, and to provide benefit to all are known as industries of cooperative sector. Shops of daily used, that is essential, commodities, dairies, several banks have administration on cooperative basis. For example, IFCO and CRIPCO. Types of industries on the basis of products. Consumer goods industries. Goods which directly satisfy the requirements of people are known as consumer goods. Industries producing this type of commodities are known as consumer goods industries. For example, ghee, oil, soap, shampoo, powder making industries, etc. Intermediate goods industries. Units which have semi-finished production. It means the type of goods which are semi-processed in nature and still one stage of production is remaining are known as intermediate goods industries. For example, yarn, steel sheets, machines, etc. Measures taken by government for industrial development. To have overall development of economy industrial sector is as needed as other sectors. So government takes supportive steps for it, which are as follows. State-owned enterprises. Government set up basic and key industries. These sectors require heavy investment and which are risky. Therefore, private sector is not ready to make investment. Produce of these industries are very useful to other industries. Therefore, government runs such industries which contain high risk at the same time very important for development of industries. Encouragement to, that is, promotion of private sector industries. To start and to run private sector industries, government provides various types of help like land at concessional rates, electricity, water, and even tax breaks. In addition to that, cheap and enough finance is provided by government. This was by giving different types of help. Government tries to make them competitive. Government also gives private sector entry into the reserve sectors to have enough opportunities to grow. Import tariff. Import tariff means tax on imports. To protect local industries in international competitions, government relies on import tariff. Due to that, foreign products, that is, because of taxes, become expensive and become as costlier as cost of production and cost of sales of our domestic products. This way domestic products may become competitive to foreign products and they get protection. Technical skills and training. Government provides technical and professional training to domestic industries to sustain in competition, especially in the period of liberalization and globalization. They are trained about new technologies prevailing in the world, new types of goods, selling techniques, administration, etc. It tries to cultivate qualities of management and as much values as possible through training. The purpose is to make them as strong as possible. Economic support. Government also provides various economic help to industries to reduce their production cost. So domestic industries may have lower production cost which enable them to sell their products in international market and by having price benefits that maximize its demand. Government may provide economic help by giving land on concessional rate, water, electricity, telephone and even transportation finance to make them efficient. Infrastructural facilities or services. To develop industries basis facilities like road, water, electricity, banks, insurance, sewage and many more provided by government. Due to that, industries may keep their costs under control. Here, it is noticeable that by availing infrastructural facilities, industries can save their money, time and efforts to attain least cost levels and become competent. So they may get encouragement to run industries. Setting up various institutes and policies. Government makes various industrial policies and make necessary changes in them as per the requirement so as to help industries. It creates system so that its import policy, export policy, monetary policy, fiscal policy, tax policy, etc. remains favorable to industry. Even it tries to prevent unfair competition by it drafting different laws like Industrial Act, Company Act, Competition Act, etc. It has also created institutes like IDBI, SIDBI, ICICI, IFCI, LIC, GIC, etc. to provide financial help to industries. It also tries to attract foreign investment. Thus, government provides help and protection from all aspects to create suitable environment for development. Special Economic Zones. Special Economic Zones known as SEZ were introduced from 1st April 2000. Its main purpose is to attract foreign investment and to develop control-free environment for exports, to make Indian producing sectors as equivalent to those of the world. Tax incentives granted by law for special economic zones to attract foreign investors. These special economic zones are developed from the model of special economic zones of China, which are very helpful to develop export-oriented producing sector with foreign direct investment. Tax-free zones are being created by special economic zones. In other words, it can be said that within the nation, SEZ are that type's geographical area where economic laws remain different. China, India, Jordan, Poland, Philippines, Russia and North Korea have utilized special economic zones. India has set up 8 special economic zones: Santa Cruz, that is Maharashtra, Cochin, that is Kerala, Kandla and Surat, that is Gujarat, Chennai, that is in Tamil Nadu, Visakhapatnam, that is in Andhra Pradesh, Falta, that is in West Bengal, and Noida, that is in Uttar Pradesh. In addition to new 18 special economic zones are proposed. Any private person, government, joint sector, state government or their representative bodies may start special economic zone. Even foreign institute can also start special economic zone. All these types of special economic zones may be controlled by government. Importance of small-scale industries. Small-scale industries have remained much important and progressive during the last 5 decades. They are very useful for employment generation, production with small capital, industrialization in rural areas, development of backward areas, reduce regional imbalance, and to have adequate distribution of national income and wealth. Small-scale industries are complementing to large-scale industries for social and economic development in India. Industries which have investment more than rupees 25 lakhs and less than rupees 5 crores are known as small-scale industries. Normally, these industries use labor-intensive techniques and they use very less capital in comparison to large-scale industries. Even then, they are very helpful to large-scale industries. Importance of small-scale industries. First, employment generation. Small-scale industries have very high potential of employment generation. Main reason for that is they use labor-intensive production technique. In the year 1994 to 1995, small-scale industries have generated 191.40 lakhs employment opportunities. It rose to 249.33 lakhs in 2001 to 2002 and it sharply increased to 1,012.59 lakhs in the year 2011 to 2012. The small-scale industries have continuously increased their employment generation capacity, which is blessings for the nation having overpopulation. Increase in production. Normally, large-scale industries produce machinery and small-scale industries produce necessary goods in nation. Small-scale industries can increase production very sharply. They produce goods worth of rupees 1,22,154 crores in 1994 to 1995. It rose to rupees 2,82,270 crores in the year 2001 to 2002 and in the year 2011 to 2012 it rose to rupees 18,34,332 crores. This way small-scale industries have shown sharp increase in volume of production. The remarkable feature of this industry is that the production carried out by using less capital. Increase in production units. Small-scale industries give different types of benefits and due to that, government and people, that is citizens, are keenly interested in it. Rise in production is only possible with rise of production units. India had 79.60 lakh small industrial units in 1994 to 1995. It increased to 105.21 lakhs in 2001 to 2002. That rose to the number of 447.73 lakhs units in 2011 to 2012. That shows that development of small-scale industries lead India towards industrialization. Exports. Small-scale industries have noticeable role in exports of India. Small-scale industries of India exported worth rupees 29,068 crores in 1994 to 1995. It reached to rupees 71,244 crores in the year 2001 to 2002 and it rose to rupees 1,77,600 in the year 2006 to 2007. This way, exports of small-scale industries show rising demand in abroad economies. In addition to that, it generates income of foreign exchange, which is very useful to manage imports of required items. Labor-intensive production technique. Production techniques are of two types: capital-intensive production technique and labor-intensive production technique. Capital-intensive production technique has main emphasis on production with the help of capital. It utilizes more capital and less labor units in production process and keeps proportion of land and entrepreneur unchanged. In contrast to this, the labor-intensive production technique produces goods with the help of laborers. It utilizes more labor and less capital and it also keeps proportions of land and entrepreneur as unchanged. Labor-intensive production techniques are pleasing for the nation like India where availability of labor is in excess. As labor-intensive production technique has more scope of employment, that is why it is more suitable to our nation. Saving of foreign exchange. Small-scale industries are very useful to India. On one hand, they generate export incomes and on the other hand, reduce India's import expenditure by producing many necessary goods locally. Ultimately, they help to improve balance of payment. Short period of time. Small-scale industries can be started within very short period of time. These industries are very useful due to very short period of time between investment and production, as it can start production in a very short period. It is useful to overcome scarcity of goods, and because of this, only required volume of production can be achieved by it to help nation. Balance regional development. As against large-scale industries, small-scale industries can be started with capital, material, and resources in any part of the nation. Due to that, benefits of it are not restricted to a fewer developed areas and it makes a possible balanced regional development. In this way, it is useful to reduce imbalance between rich and poor, developed and developing regions. Decentralization. As large-scale industries need a large amount of capital, it can be started by a very limited part of the society of rich people, and due to that, it can be said that it does centralization of capital and wealth where small-scale industries need very less amount of capital. It can be started by even small-side producers and have benefit of it. Small-scale industries utilizes different resources, dormant and passive equipments and resources to which increases volume of total production. Even these resources which are not used to generate employment and get income to distribute benefits of production equally is called decentralization in true sense. High rate of development. Large-scale industries need large profits as large amount of capital are invested in it. They develop economy with irregular rate by doing large investments because they cannot get chance as per the changes of market where small-scale industries can be set up with small amount of capital. Therefore, on one side, a large numbers of producers increase the volume of production and income. On the other side, it brings changes in production as market changes as it requires shorter gestation period. Thus, small-scale industries give very high rate of development which is highly required to develop nation.